Hi, Tom from DrumWise here. I thought I'd do a quick video about a question I get asked quite a lot by new students who want to buy a drum kit. The first thing is that, of course, when you're buying a drum kit, you have to make the decision as to whether you're going to go acoustic or electric. Now, that's a question for another video, which I will do. But the big thing with buying an electric kit is making sure you buy the right one. At DrumWise, we work quite closely with Roland, so of course we always recommend Roland products. But that aside, when you're buying an electric kit, there are quite a lot of options available. So I specifically want to talk about bass drums here, electronic kit bass drums. Over the years, we've had quite a few students who have bought kits before having lessons with us, and then down the line, they've kind of regretted their choice and they've either sold their kit and bought a new one or just had to put up with it. But unfortunately, having the wrong type of bass drum on an electric kit can affect technique. And when students then come here and play on a drum that has a different setup to theirs, they really don't get on with it. So let's talk about the different types of bass drum you can get on an electric kit. The really budget kits will have a bass drum like this. Now, this is just taken from a really budget sort of £175 electronic drum kit. This is the entire bass drum that you get. Now, you can see straight away, there is no beater. It is simply a pedal that you press down on and you get your bass drum sound. Now, of course, technique-wise, when you're trying to play fast doubles on that, you're gonna really struggle. It's not the same as playing on an actual bass drum. So moving on to a kit that has the ability to attach an actual pedal to it. So here I've got an older Roland bass drum. This is the KD8 pad, and the pedal would attach to this here. And the thing with this is that you actually get the movement from the bass drum, which you don't get on one of those cheaper pedals. So absolutely, when you're buying a kit, I would 100% tell people to buy an electronic kit that has a bass drum that looks like this, not the button type of pedal that we saw earlier. So that's just a quick video on the two different types of bass drum available. Of course, there are so many kits on the market. We've now got, of course, the Roland VAD 506 and 706 kits, which have full-size bass drums. I've got one right here. They, of course, are absolutely fantastic. It feels just like playing a real bass drum. So, of course, that's the best option. But sometimes budget won't stretch that far. So, if budget is tight and you can't afford a new Roland that's got an actual bass drum with a beater, then look secondhand and see what you can find that has the actual bass drum. Also, while we're talking about bass drums, there are two important parts to a bass drum. There's the actual drum itself, or the trigger on the electric kit, but also the bass drum pedal. Now, there are many different models of bass drum pedal available, but something to really watch out for when you're buying a bass drum pedal is that it is adjustable. Now, if you're buying a DW 9000 or a 5000, there is a lot of adjustment on that. If you're buying a middle of the range, you know, Tama pedal, something like that, there'll be a lot of adjustment. But when you go down to the lower end of the scale, there is a lot less adjustment. And the biggest adjustment that is a problem for people is the angle of the beater to the drum head. Now on this cheaper pedal, the beater can only go at a certain angle to the drum head because there's a flat spot on the right hand side here where we do up the drum key. That is not good because you're very limited as to what you can adjust it to. So watch out for that when you're buying a pedal. Hopefully that's been helpful. I'm Tom from DrumWise.